Here's my thoughts and my prediction for the game tomorrow, Saudi Arabia versus USA, the last game before the World Cup when we play Wales. Starting in goal, I have Matt Turner. He needs as much game time as possible. I know he will be able to get some game time when he goes back and plays with Arsenal in the Europa League and even in cup games. And Arteta's even come out and said that if Ramsdale were to get injured, I don't want that because I'm an Arsenal fan also, then he could step in and get a lot more game time. And so he needs to play better with his feet, and I'm looking forward to watching him more. He was the star against Japan the last time with a horrible performance, but he did good. So I have Zimmerman and Mark McKenzie as my center backs, and I will tell you this after this, our sponsor. Just joking. I don't have a sponsor. Just like Aaron Long should not be in the World Cup. He shouldn't be in the roster. He shouldn't be there, just like the lack there of sponsorship I have right now with my one subscriber. And first off, I don't want to see Aaron Long at all, but Zimmerman, he is the only other guy that we have. We don't have Miles Robinson at all, which is a huge letdown. We were hoping to see CCV and Chris Richards. That would have been, I feel like, a decent pairing, or even just one of them be a ball playing midfield or center back. We don't have that, and we need that. That's my center back pairing that I have. Here I have my left back as Joe Scally, and then I have Dest at my right back. This is my thoughts behind that. I want to see Scally at left back the first half, and then I want to see right back as Joe Scally, and then Dest as left back. The reason why is if Jedi Robinson is injured, I pray he is not, because he is amazing, then we can figure out more of our depth as far as left back besides Dest. And I think with that pairing being there for the whole game, even if it's like even half of the first half and then they swap, just something to be able to see the difference between them and how they would do. We know that Dest is our solid right back. He moves the ball, he passes the ball. Scally I want to see more of. I don't watch the Bundesliga as much, but I'm going to have to start so I can make a better and accurate prediction on Scally. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, he does really great passing and he's a two-footed player, and I'm not going to do that because I want to be real and authentic. So now for the holding mids, I have Acosta and Adams. The reason why I have those two is because first, we have to, if we're going to play Tyler Adams as a 6, you have to have someone there with him. Musa would be the ideal person. Acosta would, I kind of want to see how he does with that. I think he would do great because I just think back with the Mexico game, I think he's just a solid choice for the World Cup squad for multiple reasons. And he just will pair better with Adams. And so what I am looking for is the interaction between them, the distance between them. Is it going to be a similar pairing to Roca with Adams and Roca at Leeds? Or is it what is it going to be like? And we can also use that to evaluate as our depth in that area as well. I know that Kellen Acosta is our other depth in that area. Luca De La Torre did not do or perform very well, I don't think. And so that's why I want to see him, see Acosta. I have Reyna at the 10. The reason why I have Reyna at the 10 is because he ends up coming into the middle anyway. And I feel like with the U.S., also to give Brendan Aronson a break because he just runs forever. I feel like the man runs like a marathon plus every game. Maybe it's an Ironman. I don't know. I don't keep track of that. I'm not fit if you look at me. So I really think Reyna needs more minutes, and he will also drop back. Like the goal with for creating space, he's very spatial awareness, and with Dortmund getting the goal, what was it, this last weekend or so, he dropped back, but he came from the outside, went into the middle, and was given the ball, sent it out wide, and it created a goal because it created space. And so I feel like having Reyna there is great. Also, he'll take players on with a Saudi Arabia team that will probably more than likely sit back, and also Adams with the long diagonal ball, Zimmerman with the diagonal ball, like those little things with Christian Pulisic making those diagonal runs in to just disrupt their back line, and everything would be great. Also, there will be that movement with Pulisic and Reyna for sure. That rotation of drifting out wide, Pulisic drifting in, etc., etc. And I feel like Malik Tillman is also a good add-on as far as that. I feel like he could potentially do that. I haven't seen a ton of that with Rangers, I feel like, but I want to see Tillman a little bit more as well, and how he pairs with them. Typically, we would have Way out there, or I think Aronson along in any of those spots, and go from there. I know I have Josh Sargent up top. I want to see him because he's actually getting goals. I know Ricardo Pepi is actually set to start, which is lame. Whatever, you know. It's not, doesn't mean that I'm not a fan of Ricardo Pepi. I'm just want to see more of him in the league before we play him. He'll probably just play first half, and then it'll probably be Sargent, because we've seen Ferreira a ton. I want to see more Sargent. A lot of the US fans want to see more Sargent because he is scoring goals, and we would like to keep that up with him. So I know I mentioned before, with Saudi Arabia, they're going to probably sit back. And not probably, they will sit back. And this game will be identical for Iran, probably for their whole group stage. So they're going to have to sit back, especially against England, which they had a alright performance, which I'm kind of not worried about. But as long as Harry Maguire plays, I really want him to. I want him to get called up. But that's a whole nother story, another sidetrack. So with Ricardo Pepi and just the game against Saudi Arabia, I think we need to create a variety of different chances. I want to see crosses. I want to see balls whipped in from both sides. I want to see long diagonal balls breaking lines. I want to see... I just want to see more than what we saw versus Japan. I don't know what it was, if it was Berhalter just thinking they're going to set back and we're going to break them down, but he needs to probably do a scouting report. Even Weston McKennie, he mentioned that in the thing, that they just need to scout out players. I don't know if they're trying to take all the time that they have in camp to break down more of like teams that they're in the World Cup. So that's why I think them still watching some sort of film or something for this game would be very important. So what are my final scoreline? I'm thinking 2-0 or 3-1. I think if they get a goal, it'll be because of our back line giving up the ball way too easily. Not creating, not doing, just them being dumb. Or because Adams is by himself and they press Adams hard because he doesn't have someone there to support him. Or it's just we got caught too far forward and they got some pace. From what I've researched or learned, and they're just breaking us that way. Comment your thoughts, your breakdown of what you think the starting 11 would be, or even just like, Lloyd, you're completely wrong. This is, you're just so off. Or your starting 11, whatever. But you want to ridicule me anymore? Feel free. Comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget that. Also, I realized I'm recording these videos vertical instead of horizontal. That's going to change in the future. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that I'm aware of this.